So, of course, Officer Paul Tapao, the coordinator of Guam Crime Stoppers, is here. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Okay, so without a doubt, one of the biggest videos to ever hit Facebook was the road rage incident that happened right here, in, just a few steps away from us here, from our Harmon studios. Officer Tapao, as members of the Guam Police Department, how often do you guys get calls of road rage, like in terms of the frequency and, to what degree do those calls go?
It's not usually the road rage, it's more of the reckless driving within the main thoroughfares where commuters are actually seeing vehicles driving in a reckless manner. We haven't seen aggressive driving, not too many calls of an aggressive driver, and hence the road rage, development of that. But what we've been seeing as my tour with the Guam Highway Patrol and as my tour as a patrolman out in the streets is numerous calls of reckless driving. We get the information, where they're going, the type, the mannerism and how they're driving. We get the make, model, and the license plate. And it's really important that when they give us the make, model, and the license plate of the vehicle and the color, we can easily pick up the phone, give the operator a call, or the registered owner a call, and summons them down to the precinct.
Because that's all in the database, and you can't. That's probably the best thing to do, right?
Yes, that's the safest thing to do. You don't want to be one of those vigilantes that's out on the road and follow the vehicle, get to where their final destination is, because you never know what might just happen after that. If you're willing to testify in court, or you're willing to be summoned to court to testify for a citation, just got to remember what you saw. You're going to be the government's witness relative to the reckless driving incident.
Now, perish the thought, nothing like what happened the other day happens again, where people actually get down from their cars and, this big skirmish ensues with all of these, residents around it. But that brings to light an interesting question, because if an emergency situation like that happens and we happen to be in our cars, whether we're actually moving or we're like a stoplight, or, we can't move because there is that incident, we're not supposed to be on our cell phones in a car. In situations like that, can we actually make a 911
call? Oh, yes, absolutely. If there's a dire need and dire emergency where 911, where, you have to activate 911 by using your cell phone, please, by all means, life over property. That's what we stress. And any incidents in which we can get the information quickly and promptly, we can get our officers out to the location, hopefully quell the situation and apprehend the individuals involved in the incident.
Yeah, biggest thing to take away from our segment today is, like, if you should happen to see road rage, don't take it upon yourself, to right the situation. If you can, try not to get angry at the other person, because you might just escalate the situation into something worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell my wife and I tell my kids, always look at the license plate, look at the vehicle, look at the, if you know what the make and model is. It's interesting because my 13-year-old daughter, she can tell me the make, model, color, the license plate. She already knows what to look for, because this is what we teach our kids. This is what I teach my family. You don't want to go pursue after them. Just get the information down and let us take care of the work for them.
All right. Well, what have you got this week for our crime of the week?
This week is a robbery that occurred at a Route 16 game room located across the Micronesia Mall.
All right. Let's find out.
On Saturday, the 29th of August, at around 2:10 in the morning, our officers from the Tumon Tumuni Precinct Command entertained a robbery that occurred at the Winter Game Road, located in Route 16 Army Drive in Harmon. Now, according to the police report, at around 2 in the morning, the game room attendant was working within the establishment's cashier's cage area when he noted through the game room's surveillance monitors a suspicious male individual walking around outside and appeared to be trying to conceal his face by using his ball cap which he was wearing. Shortly thereafter, the attendant noted the same male entering the game room and walked quickly towards the cashier's cage, where the unknown male began demanding money. The attendant immediately noted the male suspect had his right hand concealed under his shirt and wasn't sure the suspect had a weapon. The attendant then grabbed his cell phone and promptly dialed 911, in which the male suspect ran out the game room. Using the exterior surveillance cameras, the male suspect was noted running northbound on Route 16 Army Drive towards the intersection of Route 1. The suspect was described to be male, possibly local, having a slender build, and standing about 5'8" tall. He was last seen wearing a white ball cap, a black ski mask covering his face, with white long-sleeve shirt and blue jeans. As a result of the robbery, no one was hurt. The Guam Police Department and the Guam Crime Stoppers is reaching out to the community for their help relative to this robbery that occurred. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615-6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
All right, we thank you as always. Now, before we go into commercial break, if we should see an incident of road rage, should we call 911 or Crime Stoppers or both?
Absolutely. Call 911. You want to get the officers out there. You want to make sure that you get the report promptly annotated down for records or for any incidents that may lead to an arrest. And you want to make sure that you can get all the proper professional, personnel such as medics or, more additional officers out there. So that's an immediate 911 call.
All right, thanks so much.
But if you do have any information about what had happened, I mean, there's a lot of cars that saw that Route 16 incident. Please call Guam Crime Stoppers.
All right, more information is better.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
And thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you on the flip side of this break, my friends. Stay tuned.